Everybody, welcome to this very first devlog of the application that I'm currently working on. It's called FormuLister, and I don't really have any better names I could come up with for this application. But if you guys have any suggestions, I'm open to them. So yeah. Anyways, what FormuLister is essentially about is it allows you to reuse common formulas that you have to use in a day-to-day basis. Like, let's say you're taking classes. If you're a high school student and you're learning physics, there's this thing called kinetic energy. And then it has a formula. So you have K equals 1/2 mass times volume. Velocity squared. Sorry, I haven't taken physics in a while. But yeah, you have to use that commonly, and then you gotta let's say you have to particularly solve for one specific variable, and then now you gotta rearrange it by yourself. And it's when you have to do 100 of these every single day, it's very monotonous. So what if there's an app that will conveniently do this for you? It'll solve a particular variable for you, granted you have the formula, and it will just do it for you. And so that's what FormuLister is about. And if you're confused, I'm gonna walk you through it. So this is the the login page for FormuLister right now. The UI isn't the greatest right now because I'm still working on the functionalities. I think that's more important. So I've been trying to get everything to work, and I'll show you everything that's been working so far. So you have the login page, and we'll why not sign up? Sorry. So we'll make an account. I don't know. Well, I gotta think of something here. Stuart Hops at gmail.com maybe. I don't know. I just had to make something up at the moment. And then for the password, it has to be greater than 6 characters or greater. And that was my mistake in my last recording, because I was wondering why it wouldn't work. I think it was just because I didn't have enough characters in my password. Oh, I think it was Stuart Hops like that. No. Oh, that's why Stuart. Because it's Sturwart. Sorry, just 1 second. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we're logged in. Now we made an account, right? So this is a fresh account. We haven't had anything yet, so there's no formulas that are showing up. But in here you have the logout button. You can log out, and then you have the add button here. So what this does is it's gonna take you to the add formula page, and it's gonna ask you to write an equation, and the app's gonna try to parse it. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that. So let's do the quadratic equation. Your standard quadratic equation. Oh, sorry, this is the title. You have to add a title. So I'm gonna name it quadratic standard quadratic equation, x squared equals y. And if you click add, it'll say, oh, we found this formula, and then here are the variables. You have x and y, and if you check and it's correct, you go ahead and click yes. So now it's in the database, and there you go. It's right here now. So you have the title and the date that it was added. So if you go ahead and click in here, you now have it. You got that. I actually implemented the latex conversion for the string that the user gave. So, which is nice. It took me like, oh my god, how many hours just to get that working, but it's here now. So yeah. Okay, so what essentially this does is, let's say you have, I don't know, x equals 4, and you want to solve for y. So let's go ahead and solve it. You get 16. And what if it's the other way around? What if you have 16? You want to look for 4? You want to look for x. No problem. You get 16, and you get 2 numbers because there's 2 answers in a quadratic equation, which is really neat. Yeah, so that's basically what FormuLister does. It essentially will automatically rearrange variables for you, and it will solve the unknown. And yeah, that's the whole gist of it. It'll make more sense if I give you a bit more of a complicated expression. So we could have the kinetic energy formula that I was talking about, which is K equals 1/2 mass times velocity, and then we can call it kinetic energy. So yeah, so it'll say we found this formula and these are the variables. Hit yes because that was correct, and here you go. Here you go. You got it here, kinetic energy. And oh, that's really funny. Just found a bug here. Sorry, 1 second. I don't know if the ARIS API is still working. Oh, it should be. I guess that's a bug I have to work on, but it's still showing the image from before. It's probably because of the caching feature that I'm currently implementing. It's not perfect, but we'll pretend that it's here. So, we have K, M, and V. So, let's say you have kinetic energy, which is 12, and then you have velocity. But let's say you're looking for mass. In the kinetic energy formula, like you'd have to manipulate it you'd have to isolate it to get M. But in this app, you can just hit solve and then it will solve it for you automatically, which is incredibly neat. So yeah, that's basically the gist of FormuLister. Obviously the UI doesn't look great. I can go ahead and log out now. Yeah, obviously the UI isn't great, but I'm currently working on it. I can pull up the UI design right now. This is essentially what it's supposed to look like. See, you have your login here. It's a lot nicer. And then your sign up, and then your main menu is obviously a whole lot nicer because this is designed in Figma. And then you have your add formula, and then you have your confirmation saying if it's unsuccessful or successful or not, and then you have the use formula page. And yeah, that's all the designs I've pretty much worked on. This is what gets displayed if it was unsuccessful. Yeah, I guess that's that for the design. I could I could explain the stack. So the front end uses React Native. Obviously, this is a mobile cross-platform mobile application, so you can run it in Android and iOS, and it uses two APIs for the backend. It has a Node.js app which handles the user data and storing formulas. So the actual equation, the string for the equations, and the variables in those formulas. And then it also has a Python API running in Flask, which is the solver API. So that's where all of the solving happens. So you give it a string, it's a post request, and you give it the equation, and then it'll solve for you. It uses this library called SymPy. It's a very powerful application, and yeah, it's just amazing for solving for isolating equations and finding unknown variables, which is why I used it. And yeah, the database is a MongoDB database. That's where all the users and the formulas are stored. And I guess that's pretty much it. I'll explain it more and the next devlog. But this is everything I've implemented so far in FormuLister. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much the whole video. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next devlog, and yeah, I'll see you next time.